Happy Wednesday, guys. I hope you're all excited to be back with me doing some science, because I know I am. For today's activity, we're going to keep focusing on light energy. So from the last activity we did, you guys should have seen that objects that were transparent let the light go through. So we were able to see how the light managed to pass through objects that were transparent. Now, when we had objects that were solid and not transparent, the light didn't pass through. So that means the light was being blocked. But now what we want to ask today is, we're trying to see how that light is blocked and see what happens when that light is blocked. So what do you think is going to happen if I put this mug up, let's say, to this wall, turn off all of the lights, and then just aim my flashlight at it? What do you think we're going to see on this wall? So if you guessed it right. We're going to see the outline of this mug, because essentially we're going to end up creating a shadow, because this mug isn't letting the light pass through, it's blocking it. So we're going to create a shadow on the wall. So the answer, or the question that we're going to be focusing on today, is how can I create shadows using the light? And the answer for that is using objects that are not transparent, that will block the light. So anything that blocks the light will create a shadow. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So you can go ahead and do this experiment on your own if you want to at home. Of course, after you're done watching the video, if you want to draw something different, something that interests you a little bit more. But if you want to follow along with me, then you can go ahead and draw the things that I'm going to be working with today. So to start, like I mentioned, you're going to need a couple of objects that are not transparent, because we want to block the light. So I have this mug, I have this little bottle, and I also have this pencil. So those are the things I'm going to be using to create my shadow. So again, I want to turn off my light source. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the light. You might not see me too great in a second. All right, so it's dark now, but I promise I'm still here. I'm going to turn on my, drop my flashlight, so you guys can see the wall right over there. I'm going to angle you guys just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. So my room is completely dark. I have my flashlight, and I'm going to put my object right in front of the light. So what happens when I put my object right in front of the light? I create a shadow. So I can go ahead and see that that is my mug. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a different object. I'm going to grab that little bottle I was playing with earlier, and same thing. I'm going to create another shadow. Now I'm going to grab my pencil. And again, I'm going to create a shadow. Or even if you just wanted to raise your hand up in the air, you can go ahead and create a shadow. I don't know how to do the bunny. Oh, there we go. So you can play around and even use your fingers to create different shapes. So I think my favorite one is going to be this bunny. So that is it for today's activity. I want you guys to try to play around with shadows the best you can at home, and if you can't, that's fine. You can go ahead and draw one of mine. So for the bottom part of our worksheet, it says, this was my favorite shadow. So I want you to go ahead and draw what your favorite shadow was. Mine was the bunny. So I'm going to go ahead and try to draw the shape that I tried to create with my hands. Didn't look too great, didn't come out too great, but again, it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. If I wanted something a little bit more easier, I could draw the mug. The mug is a lot easier to draw. So it would look something like that. But again, yours can look different, because you can do anything that you want to do that you have at home, or you can follow along with mine. Anything you want to do. And for my conclusion, it says, can you make a shadow without a light source? So do you think we can make a shadow without a light source? If